It might look like a typical orphanage or children's home in many parts of Kenya, but this hutch makes it unique. It's a rescue center for newborn babies dumped or abandoned at birth by their parents. Those brought here are the lucky ones. Among other reasons is the financial struggle that sometimes forces some mothers to take desperate acts of abandoning their newborns on the unforgiving streets, putting the lives of these little angels on the line.
They are left in hospitals, trash, cans, some of them in the forest, some of them different places, by the roadside, or some places where, like in a marketplace, or even in the bus, somebody will say, "Can you hold a baby?" And the most natural thing is that if somebody says to you, "Hold a baby, I want to use the bathroom," or something, you'll be willing to do that because the baby is so innocent. Only to realize that the mother is not coming back.
In such a scenario, the next step is usually to report the case to the nearest police station where the baby is reported as abandoned before being linked up with such a rescue center.
We follow the due process to make sure that all these children are committed. We take them for committers to the court. They're actually taken to the court to be committed to happy life.
Once here, the babies are not immediately absorbed into the facility. First, they're put under mandatory isolation.
So anytime they come, we keep them in the hospital for some days, examine them and take them through all the examinations and make sure they are stable and they're in good health.
Here, they are categorized by age, from the youngest.
These children, when they come to us, we don't have any background information. We start with giving them a name, taking them to hospital to be examined. We don't know what the mother had or what she was suffering from anything. We don't know anything about the father. So these are children actually who we do not even know where they come from. They actually, we say they're also true Kenyans because they don't come from any particular tribe. We don't even know their tribes,
This facility works in conjunction with adoption agencies and anyone eligible can adopt a child from here. However, there are requirements for adoption of a child in Kenya whose basics are: 1. Children must be at least 6 weeks old and declared free of adoption by a registered society. 2. Any child who is resident in Kenya must be adopted whether or not the child is a Kenyan citizen, was or was not born in Kenya. 3. Adoption order cannot be granted unless the child concerned has been in continuous care of the adopting couple for more than 3 consecutive months preceding the filing of the applications, and both the child and the applicants may be evaluated and assessed by a registered adoption society in Kenya. And lastly, one of the applicants must be more than 25 years old and more than 21 years older than the infant and less than 65 years of age, with the application being open to a relative or one of the parents.
The adoption is a process. There's a time of bonding with the child and for several weeks, and you have to come and stay with the child, go home, leave the child, come back again. And then you take the child to your house again for bonding. Again, with the COVID, we could not do that. So again, that has affected our adoption processes.
After the children have attained the age of 3 years old and have not yet been adopted, what next? Now this becomes their new destination. Here they find families where they are adopted into, and here becomes their new home.
And so each home takes about between 10 and 15 children, and they stay there with the mother. Our initial thought was maybe we can have a couple, but it's a bit challenging. But we have a caregiver, a mother who stays with them. We have an administrator, we have a social worker, we have other people who take care of them.
When they are still here, they realize they were supposed to be having parents, and now they don't have parents. So there are many challenges. What happened that I'm in a children's home? Where did my mother go? Or what really happened? And that is one of the challenges that we face. And whenever we face such a challenge, we talk to the kids, we show them love, we explain to them what happened, because we have to tell them the truth. But also, if the case is beyond us, we invite a counselor who is able to work with the child through.
Not only do they undergo the normal curriculum, they have a platform where the talents are nurtured on grounds of interest. Instruments like the saxophone, complete orchestra bands with even dancers. Some, like David here, are artists and they best express themselves on pieces of canvases with paint or on sheets of paper with graphite.
These children are gifted in their special ways. They have so much talent which you can nurture, and they will give you the energy to do it because of their dedication to whatever they do.
Ben Carson here is a teacher by profession. He has been using his multiple talents to coach the children on various skills. Carson says the journey of training and nurturing these innocent souls has really changed his perspective towards life.
Let the world accept these kids and give an helping hand to them, because they are unique, they are gifted, they are like your kids. The child you have at your home is not different from this one. So let us embrace them, let us protect them, let us love them and care for them wholeheartedly.
At this rescue center, the oldest is 17 years of age, and for the facility, their experience over the years have been a learning process. The plan is to keep these children and their families till they grow and learn to fend for themselves.
This is the worst crime you ever do to any human being in this world. Because these children, they long to belong. They feel somebody rejected them where they were supposed to be loved. If you are thinking about doing such, it is the worst crime ever. You are hurting somebody for life, because even when these children grows up, they will come and ask themselves, why? Why did you do that? Even if you had which challenge, why didn't you stick with your child and support them? Even if you don't have food, you suffer with your child.
They say abandonment is a wound that never heals, as it's not only unlawful but also a disgrace to the humanity. For we rise by lifting others. Unless the message reaches mothers, children will continue to be abandoned or even killed by those unable to cope with life.
It's soothing water, melody like dripping water flows. But amazing grace, how sweet that sound is the sweetest song I know. But amazing grace, how sweet that sound is the sweetest song I know.
Amazing vocals right there, sending a solid message of hope to the world. David Kagina, reporting for Switch TV, Nairobi.